we welcome you to Dobson Field, the home of the D'Uville Saints, for a special edition of the second qualifying round of the 2023 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup on Western New York Athletics. Both teams are playing after earning a first-round bye. We have the visiting IASC Boom, hailing from Rochester, New York, making the trip to Buffalo to take on the Sahara Gunners. Good afternoon, everyone. Hello with my partner, Paul Catrona. I'm Joe Kraus. Big thanks to our producer, Francis Beck, and Russ Battaglia is our cameraman for the special Sunday matinee on Western New York Athletics. A big-time matchup. We mentioned this is the second qualifying round of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. This has been going on for 108 years. This is the first year since 2019, so 3 years since the U.S. Open Cup has returned. 2020 and 2021, of course, they were both canceled due to COVID-19, but we are back and ready to rock and roll. This is the first time, according to the notes, that a Buffalo team with the Sahara Gunners has qualified for this prestigious event. Again, 108 years the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup has been going on. It's the oldest ongoing national soccer competition in the United States and the world's third longest running open soccer tournament. So with all that in mind, I welcome in my partner, Paul Catrona, today. Paul, good to see you. Hopefully you are okay after coming up the steps. But we are excited for this big-time game. It's a big deal. It's a nationwide tournament, and it's right here in our backyard.
This is a wonderful opportunity for both of these clubs to move on. They're local Western New York teams, both of them. They have to win as much as they can or tie and get some points. They accumulate them. Both teams super excited. We were talking earlier about the Rochester Lancers. I believe it was back in the early 80s, late 70s. I remember remiss on the year, and they moved forward. They got very far in this cup. Eventually, they could end up playing professional major league soccer teams if they moved on that far. It'd be such a thrill for both. So the weather's great here. We're on top of D'Uville College's press box. It's windy. We can hear the thruway cars go by. The sun's out, and these guys are about to start. We're good. We have a lot of knowledge about the Sahara team. Fast, strong, technical team. And here you go.
Absolutely. We got the Gunners and the Boom, the IASC Boom, a combination of the Italian Sport Club of the Rochester District Soccer League and the Rock City Boom of the United Premier Soccer League. And we broadcasted a couple games for the Gunners this past summer, so it's good to be back to see the Gunners again. Both of these teams, it's going to be single game, knockout basis, 4 rounds of matches, and offside to start for the Boom. But this started for the qualifying for the 2023 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. For those that do not know, this started last month, September 17th and 18th. Both these teams, the Gunners and the Boom, had the first round bye, so this is why this is their first matchup in the qualifying rounds. It'll then be late November and late December. A team has to win at least 3 of these matches to qualify for the tournament proper in March, as the Gunners almost had an opportunity coming down from Yusuf Kawa. So some early stages of first minute of play underway.
Joe, if we're out here in December, we're going to need one of those turbo heater things. But today's a wonderful day, and we just saw both teams attack with some speed from the outside. We were talking to the Rock City coach about his build-up. He's got one single man on top. I thought perhaps they like to counter. He said, of course they don't. You know, they want to build up, and then the first run we saw, they countered. It was a great opportunity for them.
Speaking of the weather, currently mostly cloudy skies with a high of 57. Winds from the southwest at 16 miles an hour. So a game day feel of about 54 degrees. And again, we're up top the press box. This great complex here at Dobson Field, just starting with this one, as a swing in the miss coming from the side from Zach Scheibe, a local familiar face, a Section 6 product, made his way, played 3 seasons with Buffalo State College as well in the late 2010s. So, and really when we've seen him in action, not only this one, but we also broadcasted a friendly with Chantilly Forever over the summer. Zach has really been the vocal point, Paul, of this offense for the Gunners.
Yep, a very highly skilled player. Both feet he can use. Always on the move, strong player. We're also happy to see that Cal Christie is back in net. Last time we saw him, he had a serious shoulder injury, so it's good to see he's rebounded. Moving out there, walking really well. I was watching him in warm-up, bouncing around nicely. So I know he's set for this game too.
Quick throw in from the Gunners. Able to get to the middle, but no one was ready. And here come the Boom. Joe Balls. Defense, center middle. Couple bounces, still in control. Now a shot underneath, and it goes, and a goal for Whitman Hernandez. 1-0 Boom, and just 3 minutes into the contest.
Hernandez just great ball control there. Popped off a couple of the defenders for this for the Gunners. He kept the ball moving, kept it off, got it finally up on his chest, down to his feet. Made no mistake with that. Kept the ball low. Great shot. 1-0 Rock City.
Whitman Hernandez hailing from SUNY Iota with the first goal from this one, the 3rd minute. Good setup from his teammate, number 12, Joe Balls, a graduate of Victor High School. So those two teaming up, and it's 1-0 IASC to start this second qualifying round action of the 2023 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. A big thanks to our sponsors as well for sponsoring this broadcast for Western New York Athletics today. And we have an offside called against the Boom, so here come the Gunners. Gunners over the summer had a very outstanding campaign. Their first year in the UPSL, tying with Upstate United back on June 26 to clinch the Western New York Division title. And just their first season, they did so well, Paul. They are moving up to the UPSL Premier Division starting in 2023. So far, so good for the Gunners.
Yeah, I love the fact in soccer, the better you do, the higher you go. So the better competition you get to play, the better you become.
The announcement moving up came on August 3rd. Yeah, a lot of success winding down in their first season in the UPSL. 41 total goals, 8-1-2 in their last 11 matches as well. So looking for that firepower. Again, the head coaches for this match today for the Gunners, Cabrera Elias stepping into the head coaching role, and for the Boom it is Mark Mandel. We had the pleasure to talk with both of these men before today's contest, and I would say, Paul, they were excited to get this one going, especially on a great day like today.
Yeah, both coaches expressing gratitude to their players, to the opportunity that's before them. You know, they just love soccer, and this is soccer at its high end.
Battle on the far side of the field. Joe Balls, some tight defense again for the Boom. Now the break into the middle. Come the Boom. This is Jesse Toth, the right back. Now some pressure coming from Kala of the Gunners. Only 1-1 with Tanner Bay, number 11 today for the Boom. Now it's a Joe Balls, a long kick along the near side. Ali Soish. Soish 1-on-1 with Hiram Allen. He is tripped, and the ball is tracking down by the Gunners. Good tight defense from the Gunners to start after that early goal by the Boom. Throw in by the Boom. This is Balls. Pickpocketed, and here come the Gunners. Zach Scheibe loses control. It's tracked back. He wanted to push, but we play on. This is Shoish. Find the open man. Whitman Hernandez. He's got one goal. He trips, and it's tracked down by the Gunners. Gunners wearing their pink jerseys today. The Boom wearing their white jerseys with blue numerals for their jerseys. Still some control. Ayub Jailani, with the quick pass. Shot coming from Soish, and some tight defense in front to force a throw-in. Good defense up front, looks like from Chris Orley, number 2.
Yeah, wonderful save by Christie also on that little slide, kind of a slide save with his arm. Somehow he gets. I forgot who was that on the. Who was number 3? Shawish. Any case, he does that wonderful get out of the way and disguised himself as invisible, gets that ball right on the box, probably about 8 yards out. Had a wonderful opportunity, but we watched how Christie just slid over, got that save. That's a big save for the Gunners. You really don't want to get down 2-0 this early.
Absolutely, and with Cal Christie, we mentioned our broadcast over the summer. He injured his shoulder on a breakaway pass from the opposing team, Kilimanjaro Bandits. The 4th of July weekend broadcast we shared to you on this network. He left the game. He was out for a while, and now he's back making those big types of plays, wearing number 78 today for the Gunners. So we have a throw-in coming up for this Gunners team. The Gunners running a 4-4-2 formation today. The Boom, as we talked with Coach Mandel, say we're going to run a 4-2-3-1. So it'll be interesting to see as the game goes on. It's still a 1-0 score, almost 9 minutes into this one. It'll be interesting to see, Paul, if that could potentially change from either team.
Yeah, right now Rock City's just really dominating the possession. Their defense looks so strong. The Gunners just have to get into the groove. We've watched them before. They seem to really get stronger as games go on, and right now that's what they're going to be focusing on. But Rock City is quality team from what I can see right now.
Jesse Toth ready to throw in for the Boom. A lot of chemistry on this Boom team already. 13 players played for Rock City, and about 19 players suited up today. Played for the Italian American Sport Club. The two teams combined for this tournament, the IASC Boom. And so far, so good. That 1-0 lead. Whitman Hernandez, the lone goal in the 3rd minute of play. Joe Balls with the assist. Tracking down Salman Salim, a former Buffalo State product. Also had his high school days at Hutch Tech. Playing at center back today for Coach Mandel. This is Balls. Slow dribble, now long boot. Going to the left side of the field, tracked down by Toth.
Joe, one of the things you're really seeing the Rock City team do, they're really using the width of this field. They're going horizontal to go forward.
Opportunity, Ali Shoish, quick pass, he gets it right back, deflected off the Gunner's shoe. Now stepping up in the middle, shot on the way, just wide to the right side from Conrad Zydowitz. Goal kick coming.
We're watching Sahara right now. They're a little off their game defensively with that 4-4-2 formation. They really shouldn't be giving up that many quality opportunities. They're letting some guys get behind them on the kind of a lob pass and playing backwards to their keeper. And we're watching it again now as Rock City's on the attack.
And a big save by Cal Christie, diving on top the second time too. The Boom are coming.
I'll tell you, another fabulous stop by Christie. Right now, early on, he's keeping them in this game.
Pair of big saves. A former Madai Maverick had a big success, led the Mavericks to a championship run in the programs last year, part of the Allegheny Mountain Collegiate Conference back in 2018. He's going to turn 26 in November, so an upcoming happy birthday shout out to Cal Christie. And like Paul just said, a couple big saves to keep the Gunners in this one. Quick pass intercepted. Ali Shalish on the left side, goes into the corner. Only 1-on-1, steps up, fires, and the shot crossing. Hernandez was in front of the net as well. Another opportunity by the Boom, just wide that time.
Yeah, Shawish, I just love the way he did that. He rolled the ball a little bit. He's really just looking for a ball's width, right? Just that's how much room he needs to get that shot off. He created space, a little left foot jab, suckered the defender back just a touch, got into space, just missed that post. You're gonna shoot for the post. People think like, oh, you shoot towards the middle of the net. You don't. You try to hit that post. It was a great shot.
Freddie Fakiri, quick bounce to Scheibe. They try along the far side. Gunners going left to right in this opening half, and stepping out of net, Connor Holstead getting his first action in a while for the Boom. Holstead had a lot of success with the Boom, who have 3-time Western York Division champs in the UPSL. Couple bounces. Dan Rieger. Let's see whose possession it will be.
Corner, Rock City. You know, as the coach told us, no, we don't really counter much. We just try to bring it up. And really, all we've seen so far are counters. Rock City's doing a fabulous job. You know, and they're going to keep doing that as long as they can get success. They can connect those long passes, create opportunity. And here, you know, they didn't get that shot on net, but however, they create a corner, which is always dangerous.
Looks like Siowitz ready to kick from the right corner. Trying to give his team to a lead. A header from Shawish goes over the net. So another try just missing for this IASC Boom team.
Well, I'll tell you, Joe, Shawish, man, he is a dangerous player so far today. He has created so much offense for Rock City. He's just flying all over the place. Creative with his feet, and there, using his head, just missing, putting it under the post, or under the crossbar, pardon me.
Shawish, a forward player, both at Damon University when they were Damon College at the time, then transferred to Buffalo State College, had a good career with the Bengals, recently with FC Buffalo, so he's been around, a familiar face in this market, and competing with the Boom today, and rather for this tournament.
And once again, you can see the Boom just using the width of the field. Too many guys over by us, by this side of the field. They just you know, mechanically just moved it wide, and now they're on the attack on the far side.
Quick pass, the open green. Hernandez tracking it down. Cross pass to Shawish, going right through the legs of Christie. It's a goal. Ali Shawish gives the Boom a 2-0 lead.
So, you know, my other partners that I have, we constantly talk about using the width, which we just saw again, using the right side, then back to the left, and then the backside run. That's always like a stealth run that teams use sometimes not. Shawish wisely did that. And you know what I loved about his shot too? Kept it on the ground. It's hard for keepers to drop and stop plays. And he just put it through, I guess the hockey term is the 5-hole.
Yes, absolutely. A big goal for Shawish in the 15th minute. Just like that, we have a 2-0 lead.
You know, Joe, I talk a lot of times about power versus precision. That's a precision shot. He didn't have to power. A lot of times players will just really take a hard shot. Generally it gets up in the air where the keepers are so good with their hands. Just a fabulous shot.
And a free kick coming up to the Gunners.
Right now you're also just seeing, I think, Rock City's experience in age. We were looking at the age of the rosters, and Rock City has some very experienced players on their team, and you know, experience really helps in these big games like this.
Yes, just taking a look, the center back for the Boom, number 42, Jake Schindler, who just headed the ball, will be turning 35 on December 23rd, and we'll get into his backstory a little bit later in our broadcast today. And Isaac Kizzy is currently 35 years old. He played at Dayton University, was the number 42 pick in the 2010 MLS draft by Chivas USA, also played with the Rochester Rhinos before he had to retire due to an unfortunate injury. 2010 to 2012 was his career with the Rhinos. And in Schindler, he's been a longtime member of the Rochester Lancers, a former graduate of Western Irondequoit High School. He has the nickname, from what I read, Earthquake Jake. And he grew up, he really got into playing soccer, Paul. We were talking about the Rochester Rhinos earlier on when Doug Miller and those teams in the late 1990s, they competed in this same U.S. Open Cup, I believe in 1997, that they had a very big run. So Jake Schindler, Isaac Kizzy, two veterans on this team.
And you mentioned Doug Miller, one of the all-time great Rochesterians in soccer. He went on to start up his own club, his own training team. Just a fabulous, fabulous soccer player. And Schindler, man, he's got big, broad shoulders, doesn't he? He's a thick player.
Nearing the halfway point of the opening half from Dobson Field. So far, it's been all boom in this one. Omar DeLeo able to track it down for the Gunners. This is Kawa. Now DeLeo. Gunners trying to set something up. Very tight defense, Paul, from this boom team. Goes high in the air. Right into your wheelhouse at home if you're watching on West York Athletics today. Now Zach Scheibe, the top goal scorer for the Gunners, one-on-one with Schindler. You could see the mismatch, Paul. David against Goliath, we could say. Now the cross pass to Fakiri. He slips and it's turned over.
Schindler looks like one of those old veterans there. He was just staying balanced on his feet. Just, a difficult player to get around. He's big, he's strong, and he wasn't going for any fancy footwork. Scheibe, we've seen him. He's just so technically good with the ball on his feet. So if he gets that opportunity again or a few more times, I'm sure he'll also come over on top. But right now, it's just the formation that Rock City's in. Defensively, they pull back. They're pulling back maybe almost 6 to 7 guys. And now with a 2-0 lead, they're going to do it every single time, right? They're just going to concentrate on their defense. They're going to look for that breakout pass. Until the Gunners can catch up or put more pressure on them, there's really no need to change anything.
Quick throw in. High kick. Tracked down by the Gunners. Good boot from Keebram Allen all the way past midfield. Right to Zach Scheibe. Quick pass on the far side, trying to make a move.
Scheibe attract 3 defenders.
Yes.
They respect him tremendously.
Fakiri. Quick pass. DeLeo, it's a shot deflected out. Good deflection from Salim.
Going to be a Gunner's corner. So here's a good opportunity to maybe cut that lead in half for the Gunners. I'll tell you, the other team knows your name when they put 3 people on you, right?
Definitely, we've had a couple broadcasts over the summer here at Dobson Field, and he's been that top playmaker. So you would say that Coach Mandel did his homework.
Oh yeah, he definitely did his homework plus some.
Kyle with the line drive, corner the header going in, and it's a goal.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful play.
And it looks like the captain, Kovan, with the goal. So 2-1 boom.
Kovan, just a beautiful header, right? That's a set play. That's a low kick drive. He's trying to cut in front. He got his head on it, made no mistake about it. And now, as you might have heard before, now we got ourselves a game.
Absolutely. Kovan in the 21st minute, cutting this deficit in half. And he is the captain of this team, Paul. And in these situations, you need a guy like the captain to set the tone and get the team right back.
You do. And, talking to Kovan a couple of times, he just loves soccer.
Meanwhile, at the other end, Hernandez, his second of the day. Back and forth we go, just over Christie. It's 3-1 boom.
Just over Christie. Again, just somehow muscled his way in there, beat two defenders for the chip. And unfortunately, we're looking at Christie's down right now.
And we're going to step aside from Dobson Field. We'll be back right after this break.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you.
Our homes have become offices, gyms, schools, and playgrounds. And at Western New York Immediate Care, we know you may need us now more than ever. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care physicians are trained to diagnose and treat most non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses. With 5 convenient locations open 7 days a week, help is never far away. Life has changed, but Western New York Immediate Care is still here for you.
I love being home.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
I love being home.
And welcome back to Dobson Field. Joe Krause, Paul Catrona, Francis Beck, and Russ Battaglia behind the scenes with you today. The second qualifying round of the 2023 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. Cal Christie was shaken up for a moment during Whitman Hernandez's second goal of the day to give the IASC Boom a 3-1 lead over the Sahara Gunners. Cal Christie is back between the pipes now. But it was definitely, Paul, a scary situation considering his history the past couple months. Our game back on July 3rd against Kilimanjaro, he was shaken up. He had his wrist dislocated, an elbow injury. He was out for a long time. And I guess if you're Gunners fans, you're just concerned that your goalkeeper, a very talented goalkeeper, is okay for this tournament.
Yeah, definitely. You know, this game counts, as we talked about. But they really need him for the all 4 games or 3 games that are remaining to be able to get some points to move ahead. So glad to see Christie's feeling better. At first, I was a little worried about that shoulder again, but it appeared to be maybe more of a calf muscle thing. Stretched it out a little, got a little massage, and he looks okay.
Gunners trying to respond. They did briefly. Colvine with the lone goal for the Gunners, followed nearly just over a minute later by Whitman Hernandez, goal number 2 for him today to make this a 3-1 contest.
Hernandez just moving so well, so strong. Took on 2 defenders, cut inside the one, and just, you know, put that ball over or just past Christie, and 3-1. The Gunners, you know, I was mentioning while they were attending to Christie. The Gunners got to get back to their game.
Open field opportunity. Ayub Jelani. Jelani steps up, big save, straight on. Save from Cal Christie.
Great save, but again, you know, the Gunners have to get back, get their spacing better. We've seen too many times now that Rochester's just been able to come in just like that, into space, make a break. It's a very, very difficult thing on the keeper to make save after save after save.
Short corner, tracked down by Tanner Bay. Cross pass, deflected out. Good heads up play from keeper Allen of the Gunners. So we'll try again with another corner for IASC Boom.
So if you notice, Joe, who do they bring down but the veteran Schindler? Because if you're going to have a little scrum in there, I think I'd want him on my side too.
Easily the tallest and biggest player on the field. Here's the corner. And they're going back, tracked down by Kovan of the Gunners. Now this is a long pass from Toth. Tracked down by Seidowitz. Now Rieger. Just out of the reach of Shawish. Already has 1 goal today for the Boom.
Boy, they just move the ball so well. Side to side, pick their chance, go long when they get the opportunity, when they present it. Otherwise, they're foot-to-foot passing. Just looking like a very, 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 very solid team today. I was watching Schindler make his way back, by the way, because he was so far up top. But like a true veteran, you know, he just kind of took his time, made sure he wasn't going to be beat on anything, and now he's back there again as that really strong center defender.
Gunners able to track it down. Yusuf Kawa, number 20, on the left side. Sarabi is pressured from behind. Checked down by number 12 of the Gunners. Vaikiri stepping up, give and go with Scheibe, and he loses control. Now Shoish into the open green, goes right past the Gunner defender. Shoish on the left side finds the racing Toth. Pass though intercepted. Scheibe double teamed again. Schindler behind him. Shot is blocked from Scheibe. Now tracked down Vaikiri. Trying to create some space with Scheibe, but Jake Schindler is right there again. Now Scheibe with some footwork. He steps back, doesn't have a teammate ready. And we're off to the races for the Boom. Hernandez trying to track down the long pass. Hernandez. Boom setting up. Approaching the 31st minute of play on this Sunday matinee. Just out of the reach again, looking for Hernandez. Looks like Joe Balls was trying to set him up again. That's how our first goal, way back in the 3rd minute, was started and developed. Balls finding Hernandez for goal number 1. This is Kawa. Getting double team. Stops, tries to turn left. Will track it down. Slightly pressured by Seidowitz. The Gunners will have to go back into their back end again, Paul, to try to set something up on offense.
Yeah, and you know what? That's good for them now. They're seeing a few things instead of just trying to press it forward there. They took the width. They're trying to find the width. Unfortunately, something like that is a lower percentage shot. We really don't want to try to go all the way across the field unless you got a clear target that's open.
The open target, Shoish, just a little the reach of Hernandez. The ball rolls all the way back to Toth near midfield. Shoish again, Pass intercepted by the Gunners. And racing, trying to keep the ball inbounds. And he does. It's Sasso, number 13. Now Scheibe, quick pass by Kiri. Kiri looking for Colvin on the right side, but he turns left instead to Scheibe. Scheibe one-on-one with Seidowitz. Scheibe again. Trying to find the middle. Pass deflected. Fakiri double teamed. And it's raced down, tracked down by Joe Balls. It's number 12 again for the Gunners. Trying to get that crossfield pass, but denied by Toth. Here comes Ali Shawish. Tracked down, tight defense again from Keto. As we've seen past few months with him, is tight pressure on the back end for the Gunners.
Joe Shawish, what a nice passer. Also, he's just missed out a couple of these last 2 runs, 3 runs. He just missed getting the ball to an open player. Just a nice player to watch.
Tanner Bay. Long pass just out of the reach and tracked down by Christie. Veteran leadership on this Boom team. Tanner Bay. Gotta go back to 2018. He won the conference title in the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference with Ryder, and that team advanced to the NCAA tournament in the 2018 season. So again, that postseason leadership is huge on this Boom team, especially with players like Tanner Bay in the starting 11 for head coach Mark Mandel. And a free kick coming for the Gunners.
Now I dare say that the Gunners have now calmed it down a little bit. Trying to get the ball, keep it, try to get that possession time a little more. Try to kind of probe the other team, try to find where the openings are.
Allen, good boot to the left side, tracked down and slowed down by Dan Regier. So race towards the line, tracked down, pass in front, and a big save from Halstead.
Great save. Redirected right off the foot. So that's a good keeper making a save. Hasn't been tested too much today, and so sometimes that can play against you. But Halstead just made that wonderful, wonderful save. Keep his team up by 2 goals.
Gunners will try again. Long pass headed by Schindler, guarding Scheibe. IASC Boom on the move again. Just out of the reach and offside called against the Boom.
Just offside. The Boom had 3 players attacking, being defended by 2. So if that wasn't going to be called offside, it would have been a tough mismatch for the Gunners.
This is Schindler, guarded by Scheibe. Quick pass on the far side.
Joe, if I'm the Gunners, I really want Scheibe to get away from Schindler. He's a bigger guy, and I really am not going to put the ball in the air. There's probably about at least 6 inches, 7-inch difference in their height. And it's very difficult for a player who plays so well on the ground, the ball on the ground, to try to out-muscle and out-height somebody who's bigger and he's obviously a bigger man. So it puts Scheibe at a little bit of a disadvantage for what he does best.
Tight defense again, just pressuring the Gunners. This is Hernandez. Looking for potentially a hat trick before a halftime break. 2 goals, the 3rd minute and the 22nd minute. And he assisted at Ali Shalish's goal back in the 15th minute of play. So 2 goals, 1 assist so far for Hernandez.
And we saw a really nice cross pass by Zauritz, number 26, trying to connect with Jelani, number 6. Just a little miscommunication there. One was expecting the pass back towards him, and one was saying, "No, go break." So they'll probably want to talk about that a little at halftime, just how to read the play. But that would have been another opportunity for this Rochester team. And I'll tell you, Joe, anytime you can chip the ball over the defense, the back line of the defense, it makes it, now they're playing defense. I call it playing defense backwards. They're chasing instead of really seeing who's in front of them. And when you have some speedsters like Rochester does, and some finishers also, obviously, it makes for a long day for the defender. I would actually probably think he would probably just want to sit back a couple more yards, gain some advantage that way.
Winding down in first half action from Dobson Field, approaching the 39th minute of play. As the Gunners, for the majority of this first half, we had the goal from Kovan, Paul, but it seems the Gunners have been stuck in their back end.
Yeah, but it's just been a middle of the field game for them so far. They've had some success in the mid, holding on to the ball, moving the ball, but once they're in the final third, it's just been somewhat of a mismatch other than that one play. Now that's something they could talk about. They're getting close to half. Obviously, they're going to try to get one more, just make it a 3-2 at half, go into the locker room and just discuss what's working and what's not.
Gabriel Allen, okay, ready?
I'm looking at that Rochester team. You see 4 back, 3 in the middle, 2 up in front. They're making a pretty solid wall there.
Tracked down by the Gunners. Deshiby firing, only to the right, and a goal kick coming up.
A little aggressive, but you know what? Goal scorers are going to do that. They're going to be notifying the defense. Look, you can be where you are, but I'm going to get by you regardless.
Chris Orley, number 2 for the Gunners, briefly had it, colliding and drawing the foul against the Boom.
And as you would figure, the Boom are saying, "Hey, wait, what did I do?"
This is Orley. Gunners trying to get back to the middle of the field. Look to the near side. This is Allen. Short pass to Kawa. Kawa getting double teamed. Good step up from Toth. So you see that, Paul. Jesse Toth at the last minute, it seemed it was a one-on-one play.
Smart play.
And stepping in.
Just a smart play, right? That was going to be a corner. But you'd love to watch smart soccer players making smart plays, right? And actually he got called on a penalty, but still better there than trying to get that corner.
Kick on the way, headed, just missing by Kovan, looking for his second goal.
Yep. He's mad at himself. Unfortunately, he was just, I always say that ball kind of goes in the direction you're pointed. He just wasn't able to get himself straightened out enough to get that ball just on that backside post.
Long boot from the Boom. Tangle up and a throw in awarded to the Boom. Quickly they go. Like to expand their 2-goal lead. It's re-geared. Now Hernandez in the middle. He stops. Turns to the left side. Fires just wide to the left side of Christie.
Hernandez, nice play, nice move, nice shot. Really though, sometimes I think you're inside the box. You want that goal shot, but number 3, Ali Shawish.
And then off the post that time from Hernandez too.
So Shawish was all by himself on the backside, and sometimes you just wish just pass the ball. It's kind of like a hockey move, right? A little tap in, but it's very tough when you're a scorer and you're inside the box and you can get the shot. God bless you. You look at it on film later on and say, yeah, I guess I could have done that, but.
Winding down in the first half. Throw-in coming for the Boom. Also be adding some time following Cal Christie's shakeup. Just approaching the halftime break. Approaching the final minute to be exact.
Now it appears to me. No, I'm sorry, mistaken. I missed a player. I thought the Gunners were coming out of that 4-4-2 into more of a 3-4-3, but my mistake there.
Down the right corner. Boom will have likely one last opportunity. Right corner play coming. Here it is, deflected out by DeLeo. Cross pass. Hernandez couldn't connect that time. Carey tracks it down. Ball kicking out. This is DeLeo. Homer DeLeo. Former Kenmore West High School product. Also your alma mater, Paul. As the Gunners approaching midfield.
A solid Blue Devil, right?
Absolutely a big win on the gridiron yesterday against North Tonawanda, 51-8. So as we're getting down to the wire for postseason for Section 6 football. As this is Zach Scheibe. Scheibe one-on-one with Schindler. He turns. Rolls right to Halstead.
Schindler just showing his patience on the ball. He knew he was beat. He took away that inside lane, and Scheibe though tried to do a little dipsy doodle, just tried to pass it out again, and the Rock were just able to clean it up. One of the few times I've seen the Gunners really attack in the way they we've seen in the past.
Jelani with a shot just going through the box. Almost had a big goal. Tracked down. This is Balls. Quick pass to Seidowitz. Just a little out of reach of Ali Shawish. A little bonus time here in the first half. Boom with a 3-1 lead over the host Sahara Gunners. Gunners on the move. Pass intercepted by Salim. Salim going to the left side. Shawish, he tracks it down. Shawish one-on-one. Pass to Bill. Hernandez back to the net. Now fires a low shot and a save by Cal Christie.
Dangerous shot there. I was just watching that play by Salim. In American football, like a wise safety, just kind of sat back, intercepted that ball, brought it up nicely. Dangerous opportunity for Rochester.
So it's Kawa. Fakiri. 1-on-1 with Tove. Now Scheibe on the right side. Heavily guarded by Sayowitz. Cross pass just out of the reach of Kovadas. Halstead comes out of his net. High point in the air. And this concludes our first half of play. IASC Boone with a 3-1 lead over the Sahara Gunners in the second qualifying round of the 2023 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. A pretty solid first half of play, especially for the Boom.
Yeah, the Boom, I was just thinking once again, showing their experience, just being smart on the ball, using the width, and then getting it up though. So when we're talking about that, we're talking about how do you play the width game and still move the ball up? Well, they do it so quickly that they're finding the backside open. So when they move it quickly to the right, that was the backside. All of a sudden it's open. Gunners aren't moving over into defense. Boom, the ball goes straight. Nice pass up, and they've created so many chances. Just keeping Christie busy back there today.
Whitman Hernandez with 2 of those goals for IASC Boom. We'll step aside for our halftime break. You're watching Western New York Athletics.
I love being home.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
I love being home.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Our homes have become offices, gyms, schools, and playgrounds. And at Western New York Immediate Care, we know you may need us now more than ever. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care physicians are trained to diagnose and treat most non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses. With 5 convenient locations open 7 days a week, help is never far away. Life has changed, but Western New York Immediate Care is still here for you.
When you're ready to buy a home, Start your search at howardhanna.com. You'll be the first to see new listings, find similar properties, and connect with a local Howard Hanna agent. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
Being home.
And welcome back to Dobson Field, the home of the DUville Saints, Division II for the NCAA East Coast Conference teams. They went across town to face the Damon Wildcats last Wednesday, and they had a big match yesterday against Edinburgh, according to our friend Jack Cruiser. But we welcome you to our broadcast up top the press box, along with my partner Paul Catrona. I'm Joe Kraus, and Paul, as we give a big hello to our viewers back at home here today. Russ Battaglia is our cameraman, Francis Beck is our producer. 3-1, a IASC boom lead over the Sahara Gunners. Whitman Hernandez with 2 goals in the 3rd minute and 22nd minute of play. He also assisted on Ali Shawish's goal in the 15th minute, but in that span, Colvin, number 8 of the Gunners, with that goal. So 3-1 our score. Your thoughts on how this first half is played, going back and forth, but really it's been the Boom dominating so far.
Yeah, as I was saying just a few minutes ago, I just really, really like watching this Boom team play. Solid on defense. Very, very difficult to get them in motion on defense. So in other words, nobody's stabbing at the ball. The Gunners have such good footwork, but that's being negated by tremendous defensive effort. They're also in formation. They have their 4 back, they have their 3, they have 2 others in the middle, controlling the middle. They're so quick on that transition, as I talked about, getting the ball out wide, looking for a break. They're just mechanical today. A great team. We flip it to the Gunners. We saw a couple of times where their tight passing game worked. And so for the Gunners, really what I'd like to see them do, similar type of attack, but using what their skill set is. Get it wide, look for the cutters that are moving, get those guys away from the defenders for the Boom. Try to hit them into space so they can put that ball on frame, maybe get a couple goals. We'll get a tight match here. We're hoping for a great second half. It's been a good first half, very enjoyable to watch. But those are my thoughts pretty much, and I'm sure pretty much that's what the coaches are telling them. One team, you keep doing what you're doing. The other team, hey, let's just settle down a little bit, play a little better defense too. I've noticed they're getting back in their defensive set a little late, and that's what's causing those breaks that we're watching.
Definitely, and for the Gunners, their head coach, Kabir Elias, I guess if you're in the locker room, they're just coming out of the locker room right now. What do you think the message was? Because Kel Christie, I mean, we could say he's been playing on top of his head, playing on his head in between the net. There's been a lot of opportunities in front that went in, the 3 goals, and a lot of opportunities for the Boom that were just missing, just a little touch, just out of the reach of Suishan a couple of times. So what do you think is the message if you're Coach Elias coming out? You said pretty much you got to clean up on the defensive end.
Yeah, I think it all starts with the defense. Keeper's doing a good job, making some really nice saves. Got beat on one that I'm sure he'd like back. One's a backdoor play. There's no chance for him. But that occurs because the defense is getting run by. Now they're on, obviously Boom City's onside, so they're watching how they're getting their defense, the Gunners, set. One thing I thought, when you have a technically, speedy team, opportunistic like the Boom, sometimes you just want to set yourself back another half a yard, maybe a yard back. This way you're cutting off some of those passes that they're lopping over your head. We talked a little bit about it. When you have to play backside, now you're playing backside to the opponent's goal as the defender. So I'm running down the side. I'm seeing my keeper on the left or the right. You really want that flipped. You want your defender straight up, see the entire field in front of them, get to the ball, move it up to one level. So the Gunners have their work cut out for them. We've seen them play. We know they have it in them. And Boom City, they look like the real deal.
So we'll step aside for a short break, and we'll return with second half action of the second qualifying round, the 2023 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup on Western New York Athletics.
I love being.
Our homes have become offices, gyms, schools, and playgrounds. And at Western New York Immediate Care, we know you may need us now more than ever. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care physicians are trained to diagnose and treat most non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses. With 5 convenient locations open 7 days a week, help is never far away. Life has changed, but Western New York Immediate Care is still here for you.
I love being home.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
I love being home.
And welcome back to Dobson Field, whether you're watching right in your backyard, Buffalo, New York, if you're watching just down throughway, down in Rochester, or nationwide, as this is the second qualifying round for the 2023 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup, which starts this upcoming March 2023. Both our teams, IASC Boom and the Sahara Gunners, had a first round bye, so this is their first time getting their feet wet in this tournament, especially for the Gunners, believed to be the first team from Buffalo to be in this long time tournament. And right now they're trailing the Boom 3-1.
Got to be so proud of the Buffalo team, right?
Yes.
We're Buffalonians. We want to see them do well in this tournament. We love our sister city down the thruway. However, we are the Buffalonians, so we want to see the Gunners come out and put on a good show this second half.
This is the 108th year for the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. It was dedicated and renamed after Lamar Hunt, back in 1999. Lamar Hunt was a pioneer for United States soccer, especially at this level. A shot going wide to start the second half. But this is the first time the tournament, as we said at the top of the broadcast, since 2019, 2020, 2021 were both canceled due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, but we've crowned a champion annually outside of those 2 years, Paul, since 1914, the start of the First World War, to put that into historic context.
You know, I'm so old, I think I remember that game.
But obviously, it's been a very long tradition. Nationwide, we have an East bracket and a West bracket. After this weekend, 2 more rounds, November 19th and 20th, and then December 17th and 18th. I'm not sure how the geography will be an impact going down the stretch for the qualifying round, but sunny skies, just under 60 degrees. The breeze has cooled down a little bit from up top in the press box, and a good crowd on hand for this one too. A shot deflected from the foot of Scheibe, and away we go with the Boom. Throw-in coming up for the Boom. Again, this is a combined team for the IASC Boom. 13 players from the Rock City Boom from the UPSL. That's a league that we've had the pleasure of covering this past summer for the Sahara Gunners. So 13 players from Rock City and about 12 for the Italian-American Sport Club from the Rochester District Soccer League. So those two teams combined, and you imagine, Paul, do you think the egos really went away once those two teams kind of combined the first day of practice?
You know, there may have been a little showmanship maybe to start, but one thing I love about soccer, I keep calling it a huge sharing game. That ball has to be shared, so we could already see that the Rochester Boom have come out, put aside any differences, and they're just, I mentioned it at halftime, they're a tight team. Play tremendous defense and very opportunistic on their offense.
Opportunistic indeed. 3 first half goals. Gunners only allow more than 3 goals a handful of times over the summer back in UPSL play. Trail by 2 at the moment. It's this very highly talented Boom team that Paul just mentioned. The Gunners going right to left in the second half. Cross pass, a header, tracked down. This is Zasso on the corner and tracked down by Connor Halstead. Halstead, one of those 13 players from the Rock City Boom organization, a alum of Wilmington University. So this is a very heavily veteran team, as we mentioned, for this IASC Boom team. A lot of veterans, a lot of postseason experience, including Daniel Gear. 1-on-1, firing a big save from Kale Christie. It's a big swipe to the right side of the net.
Yeah, Christie again coming up big. Looked like he got a little stinger on that ankle that he hurt earlier. But good position, got that short side covered up nicely.
Tanner Bay ready to set things up for the Boom. Rochester native. Couple bounces all the way back, but tracked down by Balls. This is Balls. Cross pass to the open Bay. 1-on-1, and then we have a whistle offside called against the Boom.
We've seen Joe Balls do that in the first half quite well. He's got a really nice touch. He's got that little looping pass. Tried to push it forward, just players just maybe about a half a yard offside.
Short kick from Halstead, here from Kale Christie of the Gunners. This is Keto. Now Scheibe. Scheibe through a pair of defenders. On the far side to Sasso. Sasso 1-on-1 against the big man, Jake Schindler. So gets the pass off. It's intercepted by the Boom. And a throw in coming.
You know, we've mentioned before how I've mentioned before how much I like watching Schindler. He stays square, so he's not reaching. He's not getting onto one foot trying to reach the ball. He's being patient. He's a very difficult defender to play against.
Hernandez. 1-on-1. Howard Gear. Cross pass. Takes another bounce. High in the air. Gunners trying to clear the room. Getting pressured on the far side. Now intercepted. Just over 6 minutes into the second half of play. Vikiri, the long pass to the racing Scheibe. Halstead comes all the way out of his net to clear it out of bounds.
Halstead must have been 30 yards outside the net. That is either, well, no play on words, but boom or bust. That's a headsy play by the keeper, really. Gutsy, too.
Gunners try to get into their offensive formation. Now Chris Orley. More on duty, one of the substitutions, number 6. Now on the field for the Gunners. He's right next to Orley. Gets it right back from Orley. Must have heard us from up top, but pass is intercepted. And a couple bounces. Vikiri wins the bell against Jelani. In the middle, Scheibe. Getting pressured. 1-on-1 with Conrad Zajewicz. It's been either Zajewicz or Schindler guarding Scheibe so far. High cross. Colvan turning. He is stripped. Now here come the Boom. And a foul called against end duty of the Gunners.
You know, Joe, I was telling you at halftime how much I've enjoyed watching number 26, Conrad Zidix, and then number 25, Solomon Solani, also in that middle, along with Schindler. They're fun to watch as defenders. They're making it so difficult on the Gunners to bring anything down into the middle. They're also, I noticed, they're all big guys. You know, there's just a physical mismatch going on in that realm.
And Duty tracks it down, but it's intercepted. Toth racing, finding Bay. Give and go with Toth. Stepping in, firing, and another save by Kel Christie. That's a snipe range shot from Toth, and Christie right on top.
Yeah, Toth just splitting the defender, taking it really off his own player's foot almost, if you will, but he was coming in with speed, and rightfully so. He got that ball and fired it. Christie again and again. Nice stop.
Gunners trying to use that momentum. The last save by Christie. Cross pass to the middle. This is Kovan in the middle, getting pressured. And a foul is called against the Gunners captain.
Yep, Kovan is really saying, come on, ref, that's not really a yellow card. The referee felt, as I was explaining in a previous game earlier in this year, if you put your arms out away from your body and you touch that player, it's going to be a foul. If you grab that player, you might get this warning just like he did. Soccer's very forgiving if you keep your arms and your elbows kind of cocked up, and you can get a lot of physicality into the body that way, but the minute you push it forward, you're going to get that call.
A long roll to Shoish. Pass in front to Hernandez, and another save by Cal Christie. We don't have the official statistics up here, Paul, but I'm going to say that's at least his 8th save in that type of situation today.
Oh, yes. I was going to say like his millionth or something, but yes, it has to be. It's got to be. I'm thinking double digits, really.
Long cross into the corner.
I really felt Hernandez was offside, but the referee coming down on our right side, he was just trailing the play a little bit. He couldn't see that.
Stepping up, leading, deflected off Orly's shoe. Now Sasso. Now Keto. Says number 12 for the Gunners. Long ball tracking down. Allsted comes out of the net. It's intercepted by Sasso. Long cross, but it's headed down. Looking for Colvin that time was so, but it's still 3-1 boom.
Yeah, Sasso would have just probably loved to just lob it hard and high. That goal was wide open. One of the few mistakes I've seen Halstead make today.
Couple substitutions into the action. Cowell returns for the Gunners, wearing number 20. This is Sasso. Fikiri. Now Keto. Fikiri. Guarded by 2 boom players. This is number 12 stepping in. Shot high over the net and out of play. It appears we do not have a number 12 on our roster for the Gunners.
Probably one of those situational players who showed up a little bit late. As we know, most of these gentlemen have other jobs. Maybe probably was delayed and got here a little bit later.
Halstead with big kick, headed down by the Gunners, but goes right to Garrett Delvis, number 13, one of the 6 substitutions for, or excuse me, the 6 men on the bench today for Mark Mandel. Long cross, one bounce, Georgia Moe, but he is offside.
I was waiting to see. I was assuming he was going to be called offside. I was watching the referee over on our right. I just wanted to see who got possession and advantage. Never understand why they just don't call it right away. But I've never ref, so.
Long shot from the Gunner, so it goes all the way back to Halstead. And Scheibe called for the foul on Regier.
Regier is down a little bit. I think he just got the wind knocked out of him. Well, he's holding his wrist right now.
And while we sort him out, we'll step aside from Dobson Field.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here.
And welcome back to the action. Dan Regier a little shake it up. Now in the 60th minute of play, IASC Boom leading the Sahara Gunners 3-1. And they're on the offensive attack. A couple bodies hit the deck, but we play on with the Gunners. This is Scheibe. Long pass. This is So. So one-on-one. We have throw in coming up for the Boom. Thank you all for joining us on this sunny Sunday for our soccer spectacular between the Gunners and the Boom. Joe Kraus, Paul Catrona with you on the call. Big thanks to Francis Beck and Russ Battaglia working their magic behind the scenes today. As we're approaching mid-October, be sure to follow West York Athletics for all the action. We've had the pleasure of having some action for semi-professional soccer since the summer. And then what we're mostly known for, our high school action. We have the postseason coming up. Girls soccer, our girls soccer playoff preview for Section 6 in Monsignor Mar will be tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Paul Catrona and myself and Alex Colstein from the Southern Tier making the trip up to HQ. We're going to break down all of the brackets for you to get prepared for the entire girls soccer postseason. So be sure to check that out, as well as our various broadcasts for all of Section 6 and Monsignor Martin sports here in Western New York. WNY Athletics is the place to go on all of the networks: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and of course our website, WNYathletics.com. And Paul, I know you had a big game Friday night, Williamsville South. Just a tough loss to South Park.
Tough loss. They were missing a couple of their stalwarts. I thought would have really helped Green, the quarterback, who's a very good thrower, but and also an excellent runner. I think that added a little. That always added a little dimension to their game they couldn't use. South Park, just a solid team. Solid team. Great quarterback play. Head's a super smart quarterback, and he's just has a tight spiral. So strong.
Noah Willoughby in the South Park Sparks. He's their quarterback. Caden Overcamp, the young sophomore for the Billies. So an interesting game that you and Sue Boyer had the call. Meanwhile, Ali Shalish with a short shot right to Kale Christie. And again, we're going to have a lot of postseason action coming up, football and all the other sports. So check out WNY Athletics.
We cover American football, world football. I think Stu's going to be doing a field hockey game coming up. So we're covering everything: volleyball, getting ready then eventually for basketball and who knows whatever else. I think we've done wrestling matches too.
Yes, indeed. Matt O'Rourke is our wrestling insider, doing a lot of great work. I just saw a few months ago he received an award for, I think it was the best wrestling media contributor. I could be mistaken, but yes, the New York State Hall of Fame. Thank you, Francis, for the clarification. So congratulations to Matt on that big award. What he's doing is we really haven't seen in this area for high school wrestling. So big shout out to him. And in this matchup, as we mentioned at the top, a lot of alumni from Section 6, Buffalo, New York, but Section 5, which is Rochester. The majority of this IASC Boom team, Paul, made their way, started their soccer careers in Section 5, so I imagine if their coaches are watching at home, that's pretty cool to see that they've kept on playing the sport.
Oh, definitely. You know, Section 5 soccer is just, I call it big-time soccer. It has been for a long time. Some fabulous players. Section 6 has caught up in some degree over the years, but Section 5 just has been probably dominant for 30 years.
Dan Regier, crossing shot, tracked down by Fakiri. High in the air. This is Fakiri. Long pass. Tracked down by the Boom. Back to Regier, Spencerport High School graduate. Later played with the Roberts Wesleyan Redhawks. Now a give and go to Joe Bowles. Setting up. Shot on the way, cross in front, just through the legs. Looking for his teammate on the far side, and it went right through Orley, too, of the Gunners. Joe Bowles in assist all the way back in the 3rd minute on Whitman Hernandez's first goal to start all the action. A graduate of Victor High School, then Earlham College for 1 year, then transferred to play 3 years at St. John Fisher College. So again, that theme of Rochester is really heavy on this program.
You know, just watching the two referees, center ref overrode the associate ref on the right. It's a corner for the Boom. The good communications between the referees so they get the right call.
This is Shivey spinning away. Getting pressured and a foul called on Tanner Bay. So free kick coming for the Gunners.
Gotta love soccer. I just love when everybody looks at the ref, even though they know they just tore the guy down with their arms extended. What? What did I do?
Gunners still trailing by 2 goals. Approaching the 67th minute of play. So just about 23 minutes left. So we have another whistle.
Great defensive play by Solomon Salim. Just basically bodying the guy. I can't see that. I think it might be Coven Munir, but I think it was. But you know what? Just taking the body to him, right? Spins, keeps him behind him, just keeping the ball out of his reach. That's just a great defensive play, and then drawing that penalty, and now it's out of danger. I've been just watching, Salim and Schindler, like a 1-2 tandem, man. They are just, boy, they're tight. They play really well with one another. They play off each other so well. This is a fine defensive quartet back there. They're a fine duo, but they have a fine quartet going also.
Absolutely, that back line, Salim and Schindler, the two center backs, leading the way for this defense for Coach Mark Mandel. Rieger and Toth rounding out that quartet that you just mentioned. It's really stymied the Gunners' offense outside of that one goal from Colvin.
Yep. Just really, really keeping the Gunners at bay.
This is Bay with a shot, big save by Christie, and then almost a bicycle shot going into the net, but it did not from Salish.
Well, Shalish with that beautiful bicycle shot just missed. It wouldn't have counted, but man, it looked pretty, didn't it?
Absolutely. So a goal kick for Kel Christie, high in the air. Back down by Balls. Now in duty. Quick tap to the middle. And then cleared out by Regier.
Regier just coming nicely behind Schindler. Schindler actually got beat on that play. And just another teammate coming to the aid of the other teammate. That's what it's all about in soccer.
And Allen is fouled by Salim, so a free kick coming up for the Gunners. Free kick coming. Scheibe ready to kick for the Gunners. As we said, he's been the top goal scorer all summer for this Gunners team.
Yeah, top goal scorer, top assist maker, wonderful player with that ball on his feet. He's so dangerous. Today, the Boom have just really kept him at bay, covering him with 2, 3, sometimes 4 guys.
Shot deflected by the wall in front of the Boom. Shalish and Bay, and one more connected to build that wall and deflected the shot, denying another goal from the Gunners.
And I'll tell you, that shot was coming so hard. We heard it up here as it hit the wall. So to be a defender, be that wall, in that case, that was a real wall. That ball had to be coming at about, 60, 70 miles an hour. Takes a lot of guts to do that.
Ball near midfield, the Gunners again with Kawa. Goes all the way back. And here come the Boom. Georgia Mo came off the bench a couple minutes ago. Almost had that opportunity. Dayton University grad. 43 goals in the 2022 Premier and over 30 Premier Leagues out in Rochester. So a top playmaker coming off the bench today for Mark Mandel. But meanwhile, Scheibe goes to the right. Short pass to Kawa. But the defense caved in again. Now firing. Colvin with a long shot just wide of the net.
He's mad at himself. It was a great shot. He put it where nobody was going to get to it. Just wide of the post, maybe by the ball's width. Smart. We've seen him a few times. Just such a smart player.
Heart and soul of this Gunners team as well. The captain, he told us back in the summer during the UPSL play that it was really the team's knowledge that has really sparked this growth of starting this new team, just the knowledge of everybody knowing how to play the game.
Yep. They've been fun to watch. Today that's a little more difficult for them. There's probably 20 minutes left. They're really only down by 2 goals. We've watched times when they've scored boom, 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 3 or 4 goals in a short period of time. So I wouldn't count anybody out or anybody the winner of this match yet.
Another opportunity for the Gunners. The back foot of Scheibe, one-on-one with Schindler. Scheibe towards the bell. Now Colvan give and go with Scheibe. He spins again. The tight pressure from the Boom.
Boy, I just love Scheibe's move there. That was just basically setting the ball behind himself, stopping it. He knew he was going to spin and go for it. Not many people can do that move. That's a first class player right there.
Joe Balls was able to clear it out to end that big momentum possession for the Gunners. And the Gunners will have to reset. Winding down in the second half of play. It's Colvin directing traffic. Now trying to go one-on-one with Salim. He's denied, but the ball gets to Scheibe. He stops one-on-one with Schindler. The Boom able to clear it out with Regier.
Schindler, a wall. Basically just staying on his feet again. As I've mentioned, doesn't really reach in, just stay square. He was a little sideways that time, but nonetheless, it did the trick.
Free kick coming up. We mentioned earlier, Paul, about Jake Schindler. He turns 35 on December 23rd. A alumni of West Irondequoit High School, then continued his collegiate career. Stayed in Rochester, went to Roberts Wesleyan College. Longtime member of the Rochester Lancers indoor team that we talked about those days and growing up watching Doug Miller of the Rochester Rhinos. And there was an interview a couple of years ago with Front Row Soccer magazine, and he said, I'm not really sure how much longer I'm going to play. He was 33 at the time of the interview. He's going to be 35 now. This could be down to the wire of his career, but I will say there is a man down in Tampa Bay, Paul, that we in Buffalo know named Mr. Brady, who's still playing on. So maybe it's just a sense of just loving the game.
It's so funny you're saying that, because if I get the opportunity to see him after the match, he just looks physically in great shape. Big shoulders, big chest, muscular body. I'm thinking like he might be a 35-year-old who's hitting that gym 3 and 4 times a week to just so he can come out and play the game he loves to play.
His veteran presence is definitely felt for this IASC Boom team, winding down in the second qualifying round for the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. Shot deflected. Cal Christie coming all the way out of his net to deny the running Peter DiLorenzo, number 23 of the Boom. Now here comes Fikiri. Now Scheibe in the middle, turns left, poked out by Schindler. Now tracked down by number 12 of the Gunners. So, quick pass to Fikiri. It's denied again by that tough defense of the Boom, running that 4-2-3-1 formation today. High pass, headed along by Shawish, but Hernandez stopped running.
Yeah, Shawish, I think he tried to get that, push it down just ahead of him. It just kind of hit more of the top of his head, unfortunately for him. But again, you know what? The Boom, they're just doing what they do. Strong defense, opportunistic breaks on their runs. Right now, it's still that 3-1 game, though.
Still a little time left. So we're 14 minutes left in regulation. Gunners will need a quick goal, though. So the Boom again. Salim setting up Hernandez. Hernandez one-on-one and offside as Christie came out of the net. There was the open net ready for Amo, but he was offside.
Well, we don't have instant replay. I'd like to see that over again. I don't know, but you know what? That was the call. That was a really nice give and go. That was an unselfish pass.
Couple substitutions for the contest. Conrad Zidowitz makes his way. Number 26, a Niagara University graduate, two-time Section 5 champ at Aquinas Institute as well. Getting that veteran presence. Yeah, Shawish as well, also on the bench.
Zidowitz is, I often think, like, watch a game and see who you can't take your eyes off of. He's one of those players. He didn't score. He's not going to probably score much, if at all. But he's around the ball. He played great defense today. Kudos to him. Just a nice player.
Shawish on the bench with one goal today. Josiah Fragnito, number 15, now dribbling, now makes the pass. 6 substitutions today for the Boom. Looks like nearly all are now on the field, or at least had some time on the field today. The throw in now for the Gunners.
I would imagine, I'm just thinking that's the Boom's coaching, thinking, they're pretty much clamped down, right, defensively. So you want to get everybody into the game that you possibly can. You have to have everybody sharp for the next match. You want everyone feeling good about their role. I think it's a smart move.
Again, the third qualifying round will take place November 19th and 20th. The announcement will likely come out after this weekend's play. Matches the 15th and 16th of October. So in terms of where both the Gunners and the Boom will go from here, is still yet to be determined. Boom with a cross. Trying to set up Aiden Miller. And here come the Gunners. Long pass, headed by Schindler. And also tracks it down. And Paul, we still have about 11 minutes left in regulation time. But I guess I'll ask you, if you're the Boom going into the next qualifying round in late November, and you are the Gunners going into that situation, what do you think is maybe the assessment from both teams?
The Boom's not going to change a thing, right? It's funny you mentioned that, because I was thinking about that maybe about 10 minutes ago. As far as the Gunners go, really, I think just tighten up that defense a little, maybe set it back a little bit, but they're going to do what they do. They got here because they're highly skilled, very fast, opportunistic, high-scoring team. I think if I were their coach, I'm going to just keep going with what's worked for me. There hasn't been a team that we've seen that had this type of defense, this type of defensive play, this many skilled players. All the credit to the Boom. Today they were the better team, or they are the better team thus far. But I always believe in do what got you there, and don't worry about what the past. Just, you're going to have to tweak a couple things, but nothing major.
You got to keep in mind for the Gunners, like Paul just said, doing what they have done in the past to get them to this point. They tied with Upstate United FC back on June 26th, a 3-3 draw that we had the broadcast of that game out in Central New York. With that tie, the Gunners were able to clinch their first Western New York Division title in just their first season as a member of the UPSL. And then they must have got the attention of those above in the organization for the UPSL, because the Gunners in 2023 will be playing in the Premier Division of the league. Only the second year, Paul, and they're already climbing up the ladder.
Yeah, so that they have a great talent base. When they're on top of their game, they are very difficult to handle. I always look at it, I've said it before, I look at the sky, it's always sun shining. The glass is not halfway, it's all the way full. This is a great opportunity for them to get this experience. We know that they're a younger team than the Boom is, and when we saw so many of the players from the Boom have played Major League Soccer, that they're going to be a good club, quality team, and with a lot of experience. So good for them again, strong team. And for the Gunners, this is another opportunity to show your wares. You're going to have a couple more times. So you come out and you just come full bore at it and do what you do. Don't worry about what happened in the past.
There's under 9 minutes left. Regulation time. Boom again. It's cleared out by Nduti of the Gunners. Now it's Shivey. Quick pass to Colvin. Finds his man. Now he gets it right back. The captain, number 8. Quick pass on the far side. Shot. Going just wide, just out of the reach. Kawa with the shot. Maybe he took a couple more steps in and then fired. It would have made it to the net.
Yeah, just a little bit more patience. But you know, they may be feeling they have to do it immediately, and that's what happens when you're down by 2 goals this late in the game. But again, you could see like formationally, good play. Just a little, take your time a little bit more. Just be a little bit more patient, and you know, good things will happen.
Alstead with another big kick. Deflected off Orley. Shoot, a one-on-one for a Mo. The ball goes high in the air. Briefly checked down by Hernandez. Here comes a speedy Freddie Fakiri. Fakiri pressured from behind by Hernandez, but he'll define his teammate so. Just about 7 minutes left in this contest. Boom tracking down midfield. This is Aiden Miller. And no one was ready for the pass that time.
Well, I'll tell you, I watched number 10, Hernandez. He was like a runner in the blocks. He was ready to go. These guys just want to attack right now, right? They're up by 2 goals. They know one more goal is just that's it. You know it's over by that point. Just wasn't quite there for him.
This is Doe. Now So. Intercepted. Now the Gunners on the move. Just over 5 minutes left now. Now the team's just exchanging passes to each other.
Yep, you know, just a little ball control, burn the clock a little bit. You know, they were passing the umbrella back and forth. Now they're bringing it all the way back, and they'll just try to get it out of there.
And a foul near midfield.
So not only successful in controlling the ball, passing it over, I call it the umbrella, get the ball up, and then fortuitously you get the call too. So now probably you've taken the ball and passed it around for almost over a minute now, burning out the clock even more.
Goes back to Schindler. Fragnito crossing midfield. This is Aiden Miller. Miller, his cross pass blocked by Fakiri. Good defensive stop from the Gunners.
And I think another side judge said corner, the center judge said just a goal kick. I guess it'll be a corner.
George Amo ready for the corner kick.
Nope.
And now it's going to go back to a goal kick.
Okay, center judge overruled. They have those communication devices on now, so he clearly must have said no. Goal kick.
Schindler now on the offensive third. Checked down by the Gunners. This is Kawa. Pass to the middle. It's slowed down. Kept alive by the Gunners. And a foul called on Schindler against Kawa.
Schindler disliked the call so much he picked up the ball and he's still holding on to it. But really, at this distance, it's not a dangerous point to take a foul. You don't want too much closer than this. These gentlemen can get, probably a good 30-yard shot This might be just a little bit further than that.
This is Covan. He had the Gunners' lone goal all the way back in the 21st minute of play. Covan steps up and sailing over the net. Goal kick coming for Connor Halstead.
And as any good keeper does, he's just, jogging slowly, pick up the ball, set it down, say hello a few times, and then push it forward. He's just looking to waste that clock now.
Just out of the reach. Saved. Actually, it wasn't by a Mo. So a throw in for the Gunners. Approaching about the final minute of regulation time. This is on duty. Here midfield. Just out of the way of Colvin, but tracked down by Scheibe. Scheibe double teamed along the right side. Pressured from behind. Still playing. It's awarded to the Gunners.
Well, you know what? No quitting the Gunners. Happy to see that.
Actually, it was just a goal kick.
Where Colvin went and grabbed the ball and set it down, so there'd be just, saving some time. That's a true professional. I'm not giving up. I don't care how much time's left.
Play will continue. About another minute. Tracking down. A foul is called. We have an injured player on the far side. Kawa a little shaken up on the play. And he does get up slowly.
Yeah, we got his jersey tugged. Anytime you get pulled from the back in soccer when you're running forward, a lot of times you can hit the ground, hit your knee, get a little stinger. I don't say it's cheap, but it's a dangerous thing. You really don't want to see it, especially at this point of a game.
Free kick from the Gunners. Little header, couple bounces.
Oh.
And a race near midfield. Another foul is called.
Sasho did what he had to do. He got beat, turned inside out, kind of just grabbed him and pulled him down. Like a cornerback would do in American football.
This is Miller. Cleared out by Orley. Corner kick coming for the Boom.
Saw the center ref checking his watch. Definitely probably the last 30 seconds maybe.
Quick throw in. Ball cleared out. Tracked down by Jake Schindler, the veteran. Al Bay. Quick boot. Give and go. And this concludes today's match. The IASC Boom with a 3-1 win today over the Sahara Gunners in the second qualifying round for the 2023 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. Women Hernandez with 2 of those goals. Ali Soish with the other goal for the Boom in the first half. Just a solid performance for this Boom team, Paul.
Yeah, the Boom, getting up a 2-goal lead at halftime, came out in the second half. They were aggressive, but they were just like unbelievably solid on their defense. I think they knew that If they just do their thing on defense, keep it scoring opportunities down, they could come and walk away with this victory today, which is what they did. As I mentioned for the Sahara Gunners, the next game you just come out and do your thing. A little early on, they were little loose on their defense, as we saw. It led to a couple of those goals. So good things on the horizon for the Gunners, and to the Boom, good luck to them also.
Definitely both teams will find out their fate for the third qualifying round. November 19th or 20th is when these two teams will play again, and they can find out on the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup website. But our final score for this afternoon, we have IASC Boom defeating the host Sahara Gunners 3-1 in this match. For our entire crew, our producer Francis Beck, our cameraman Russ Battaglia, and my color commentator once again, Mr. Soccer Paul Catrona. I'm Joe Kraus. We thank you all for watching coverage of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup on Western New York Athletics.
Life can be full of surprises, but not always the good kind. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care, and we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
With exclusive buyer insights and our 100% money-back guarantee, we're confident we'll find buyers for your home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.